Welcome to Forensic Friday,
where we examine the intersection of true crime, psychology, and the heart of being human in the middle of it all. Hello.
You're so weird.
I was going to see if you would do hello first this time.
I'm so tired.
You're looking at me like, how weird are you going to make this?
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. I get it.
As always.
Probably as always.
I was curious if you're going to say, bye, forensic friends.
Bye, forensic friend. It's like second nature.
Episode over.
Episode done and we go to bed.
Go to sleep.
Nat and I have been running at a pace. It's funny you have a hat that says runner, which is cute, by the way. Is it upside down? Does your hat say runner upside down?
It's like the new thing.
Why is it upside down?
I Googled it one time because
in case they're watching from space. Like, what's the thought?
Yeah, probably. I Googled it one time. I'm going to re-Google it.
I want to understand why it's upside down.
So I think it had something to do with COVID. So wearing upside down words or logos on hats is a deliberate streetwear trend designed to defy conventions, spark conversations, and defy norms.
Did you know it was that political?
No.
Okay, well, you're just running around with your
popularized by brands like True, I don't know what this one, True Brimmed, BRVND, I don't know what that is, and Kill the Hype.
Kill the Hype? Those are not my people. I already know. I'm going to Google it, but I can tell you, sorry, I hope I don't offend a million people, but that doesn't sound like my people. I'm the girl who we got an In-N-Out and I went and got the wine.
Here's another. It says people wear hats with upside down words or logos as a deliberate streetwear fashion statement. The trend originated around 2020 to symbolize how COVID-19 turned the world upside down.
Okay.
So,
Kill the Hype. I'm looking this up right now because I'm like, I gotta understand what this is. What is Kill the Hype? This is gonna screw my algorithm up. I just did so much work to fix it.
And it says it's a conversational hook, which look at us right now.
I mean, well done.
We're having a whole conversation about it.
Well done. Also, the profile is private for Kill the Hype. How are you supposed to kill the hype with a private profile?
I don't know. I thought it was cute. I bought it at the Boulder with Erica.
It's real cute. The colors are adorable. I'm gonna understand. I'm gonna understand this and do a mini on it soon. I'm gonna go to the bottom of the well. I want to understand what's going on.
I don't know if anyone's gonna care enough for us to.
Oh, someone will. There's someone out there who's like, Janine, we gotta get into it. It might be worth it. I have so many thoughts, but I will wait.
I feel like we're both delirious enough to think that would be really, really popular.
I mean, we've started a lot of things that we didn't think were going to be interesting, and they turn out to be more interesting than we thought they would be.
You're not wrong.
You know, you never know. You pull at the thread just enough, Like who, the carpool detectives? They just started pulling at threads. You never know what you're going to find. Bunch of heroes.
Oh, I'm going to check my mic because remember that one time.
Oh my gosh, if it's not plugged in.
We're good.
I'm recording, right?
Yeah.
I hit record. Okay, thank God. Garrett did a masterpiece with our mini because it stopped recording for like 10 minutes in the middle and he somehow put the beginning and the end together. We only missed a couple minutes, but he fixed it.
Perfect.
Thank goodness. So we have conference in 2 weeks.
I forgot and I scheduled people.
LA. You used to be our best schedule brain. I don't know what we're going to do if both of us are having trouble scheduling.
Well, I'm going to reschedule them.
No, I know, but like, you have good calendar brain.
I know, something's off.
You're foggy. You need a little of the supplement or something. We're going to get you zhuzhed up.
Zhuzhed up.
Zhuzhed up.
I bought supplements.
Oh, I know what I was going to
I
tell you.
started them.
I met with my nurse practitioner, who, as you know, is like absolutely amazing. I wish everyone in the mental health space was like this. So I meet with her, and guess what she tells me?
What?
She finally listened to the podcast. I've been seeing her
Mm,
for over a year. Obsessed. Listening to
good.
it nonstop. She's a queen. And I was like, listen, Nat may be coming to see you. Just so you know.
We'll see.
I let her know. But she
Well,
but she loves the podcast, like loves
one
it.
of one of your clients, I can't say too much. They probably like love that we're shouting them out.
Oh yeah.
But one of your clients, I went out to go get a group the other day, and it's like a ruckus group.
Oh, of course.
And so they're like, saying my name and, you know,
Mm.
saying weird crap. And then one of your clients was like, "Oh, you're Natalie?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I listen to the podcast all the time."
Oh,
I
100%.
was like, "Well, I'm her."
I was coming out. I mean, we're famous in our own office. That's real exciting. But
I know, right? They're like, "You're Natalie."
I was coming out, and one of Steph's clients was like, "This is Janine." And it was a whole thing. And I'm like, yes. But it was very sweet.
Mhm.
That same client then came and met with me. I was like, I met Nat. And I'm like, I know, isn't she great?
Oh, this one I'm talking about.
Uh-huh. I met Nat finally, she says. I said, oh, I'm so glad.
Well, I felt bad because she probably is like, "Oh yeah, she's exactly how she says she is."
Yeah,
to
I
her
don't,
group, to
there's
her group
nothing
members.
surprising. The best part is the people who know us really well listen and they're like, I feel like I hung out with you all week because they were
Mhm.
listening on the way to work or whatever. But this is how we are every single day.
Yes, you
There's
get authentic Nat.
100%. And we're kind of just the same every day. We sort of roll. We did have we've had a spicy couple days, which happens. Is it a full moon? Sometimes things get a little spicy clinically.
Oh.
I bet it is. I bet it's a full moon.
Are you Googling it?
Yeah, Gare's gonna have to
Girl, you gotta
tell
start
now.
this case. I'm gonna literally fall
I'm
asleep.
on it. You're fine. You're fine. You still go to concerts and stuff. You'll be
Oh
fine.
my gosh, barely. I have to pack a bag tonight.
It's like a strawberry moon, like a full moon. That would explain why we've had a weird couple days.
Well, we also have all those crazy fires.
That's true. It has been it's really sad. I was talking to a client earlier today who one of the fires, there's several burning in our state, is really like burning down stuff that's really special to her. And you
In
know,
Leadville?
I can't say where exactly, but it's one of the fires that's burning down important things to
Mm,
her. And it's just sad. Because there's a
I
few.
know.
There's Leadville, Pueblo. There was one in Boulder for a minute.
Mm.
I don't, are there any up in Summit County? There's one at the Colorado-Utah line that killed a couple firefighters.
Well, and so I like looked into that, and it's my nephew is a firefighter.
Mm,
And like this type of firefighter. He's not
yeah.
thankfully at these fires. He's in Montana, but
Mm.
um I asked him like, what's the term?
Oh, hot shot, hot. What do they call them?
So I said, what does a burnover incident mean?
Oh, it's where it goes over the top of them.
Well, he said a burnover incident is where firefighters are overtaken by the flames. Essentially, they are boxed
Yeah.
um in the green unburned fuel
Mm-hmm.
with no clear avenue
Mm-hmm.
to a deployment site or safety zone. So they're like, so
So they
yeah, it
couldn't even get
overtakes them, but
somewhere.
they're surrounded
Mm-hmm.
by flames. They can't get out, which is so scary. And that's what those firefighters experienced. That's how they
Well,
died.
and it's kind of like the Granite hot shot team. Do you remember that in Arizona years ago? It took out a whole team.
Mm,
Except one guy who was on lookout. It took out the whole team and they deployed their emergency, when they put the blankets over and stuff, and it just was too intense of a fire. And my cousin, who is a chief in Indy, one of my favorite people in the entire world, and he deploys for natural disasters all the time. He's a special ops firefighter guy, and they do boat rescues and hurricanes, and they did the debris pile in Miami when that building went down, stuff like that.
Mhm.
And so he's really he's such a hero in my mind. They all are. But that is terrifying to think about,
Mhm.
you know? It just gives
Mhm.
me the willies. So I think being in Colorado, I'm just like, come on, we need rain and cooler temperatures and all the things, you know?
I know. I
Uh,
really hope the fires don't make it up to Summit.
El Paso County shut down the Buc-ee's. That's great news. They're trying to put a Buc-ee's, y'all, within a mile of the biggest wildlife overpass, like in the
Mm.
country. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, but we fought them. Everyone's fighting them, and El Paso
You're
County said
hilarious.
no. So, yeah, yes.
That is the most random thing going from fire to Bucky's.
Well, here's what I was thinking. Let me tell you how my ADHD brain got
I'm like,
there
what just
in
happened?
2 seconds. Let me tell you how I jumped there. I think
Whiplash.
about exits from being in the forest because I'm in a forest and putting a Bucky's in the middle of a forest. You're gonna have all these people where we get inclement weather all the time, all winter long, is nuts. And I'm always thinking about my exit. Like, can I get out? But if we got log jammed, like when there was the Waldo Canyon fire and my parents were trying to evacuate, you couldn't get anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the fire burned down to the like assisted living where my grandma was living. And they had to evacuate her like on a bus,
Mm-hmm.
escorted by, sirens and all the things. It was terrible. So
Mm-hmm.
I think about that all the time. So when I think, oh, let's put a gas station in a highly flammable area with wildlife and all kinds of foliage. This is just stupid. Like it's one of the places you could get out. It's like a place where firefighters could actually dig a trench and stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just put a whole gas station there. What could happen? What could go
Mm-hmm.
wrong? Right on the interstate when people are trying to like evacuate. It's the stupidest thing
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
So I have a tough but important case for us
Okay.
today. So a couple of years ago, and I didn't know any details about this at the time. Nat and I were at the domestic violence conference that they have every year in the summer, and they have actually an award for domestic violence providers who've made a real impact. And this award is called the Denise Fransua Award.
Mm-hmm.
And these people got up and spoke about it, and I didn't catch exactly how they were connected. Now I know more. And spoke about this woman and what she went through. And she was a probation officer who lost her life in a domestic violence incident.
Mm-hmm. She
And
was a DV probation officer, right?
no, she worked actually with sex
So,
offenders.
oh, okay.
She was a supervisor. But I thought of her the other day because we're getting ready for conference and I saw the blurb about her award. And I was thinking about our case about the narcissistic abuser
Mm-hmm.
a couple weeks ago and just how intense these situations are. They're
Mm-hmm.
so intense, they're so scary. And you can be the most amazing, most intelligent person in the world, so strong, knowledgeable, and still end up in a bad situation. And
Mm-hmm.
so, even though Nat and I try to do prevention and talk about being a quote unquote bad victim, which again, no one's responsible for what happens to them.
Mm-hmm.
We're just trying to make more people walk like a trucker so they think twice,
Mm-hmm.
if that even helps, right? If there's an ounce of a chance that it helps, we will give that information to you.
Yeah.
But people don't get attacked because there's something wrong with them. They just end up in a relationship where somebody wears them down for a
Mm-hmm.
long time, a lot of times. So here's what I didn't know, Nat. Denise was actually in Parker.
Mm.
She worked for the 18th Judicial District,
Oh, wow.
supervising sex offenders in Parker, which is where our office is, like
Mm-hmm.
literally our community where we do this work.
Mm-hmm.
That's where she was a probation officer. She was a single
Oh.
mother. She'd been with the 18th Judicial District in Douglas County for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, she worked in Adams County. And basically, what happened leading up to her death, and then I want to talk a little bit about how this happened and some interesting things. She was kind of known for being just really intuitive with
Mm-hmm.
her caseload and really understood the dynamics of domestic violence. Like she got it. This is
Mm-hmm.
not someone who didn't know. She knew.
Mm-hmm.
She knew. And she knew about offenders. She knew about how dangerous they could be. She knew about lethality indicators, all of it. So 10 months before her death, she ended a relationship with a man named Stephen Romero. And he was a boyfriend who lived with her and her two children for about 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a pretty long relationship. Her son, Aaron Knudsen, was about 14 when Stephen moved in. So Aaron talked about how Romero was so charming to the outside world, but critical and angry in the privacy of their home.
Mm-hmm.
And he talked about how there was a sense of fear in the house when he was around. They would go to family gatherings and he would be cheery in the beginning of the relationship. Toward the end, it was starting to show more.
Mm-hmm.
And he called it a private matter. He said, we just kind of dealt with it in house, which is what happens in these family systems, you know? And we all know people where we've been at a party with friends or family or whatever, and you can tell there's maybe a little tension,
Mm-hmm.
but the fight happens at home or in the car on the way home or whatever. That was this situation.
Mm-hmm.
So it was private even at work,
Yeah.
where her closest coworkers kind of knew that things maybe weren't great in her relationship, but they had no idea what was brewing.
Mm.
We'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by Southeast Counseling Center. Southeast Counseling Center is a 501c3 nonprofit mental health provider right here in Parker, Colorado, conveniently located just off major highways. We serve the whole family, from play therapy for kids to couples and family therapy, trauma treatment, psychological testing, and specialized groups. Access matters. That's why Southeast Counseling Center accepts Medicaid, TriWest, and victim compensation, and also offers a community subsidy program to help people who fall in the gap between Medicaid and traditional insurance coverage. And because we're a nonprofit, every dollar donated by the community goes directly towards providing treatment services for people who need help. Prefer to meet at home? Telehealth is available statewide so anyone in Colorado can access our services. To get started, call 720-842-5553 or fill out our secure web inquiry form at secounseling.org. Southeast Counseling Center, care that is accessible, compassionate, and rooted in the community.
Jane Ryan was a partner probation officer who worked with her daily. So this was Denise's Natalie.
Okay.
They were kind of a fearsome duo.
Mm-hmm.
And they talked a little deeper than the rest of the people in the office. So it's kind of like, you have your work bestie. Like that's a very real thing that people have. And what her friend Jane Ryan said was she had some wisdom. I trusted her judgment. She was intelligent, caring, understood relationship dynamics, power and control, grooming. And she said, I miss her terribly.
Mm.
So the final straw for her was when Romero told her he had a gun and wasn't afraid to use it.
Mm.
He made this comment, right? I got a gun. I'm not afraid to use it.
Yeah, not a good sign.
So Jane and Denise had already been working out together,
Okay.
right? with Aaron, who is a kickboxing instructor and was kind of coming back from an all-time low. So her son was just noticing that Denise was really struggling at this time. She was a little more sad. She'd work and come home. When she started doing kickboxing, her self-esteem started to improve. And it was around that time that she started really realizing that this relationship was abusive. And you've talked before, Nat, we both have, about embodiment. But when you're healing and you start moving and you're doing kickboxing and you feel a little empowered, I think it helped her see that this was not okay. And it may have made her feel physically and emotionally stronger.
Right.
So Romero moved out of the house in the fall of 2010. And Denise got a temporary protection order against him, a restraining order.
Okay.
Her fear starts to dial down as he's staying away. He stays away. And then in the next few months, she earned her master's degree in criminal justice and was hired as an adjunct professor at the Community College of Denver, which was like her dream.
Cool. Yeah.
No one knew she was still in contact with Romero. So the people in her life see this just beautiful, like things are happening. She's happy, but she was still in touch with him. So on May 17th of 2011, right? So they split in fall of 2010. May 17th, 2011, she was shot in the back at Romero's home on Bryant Street in Denver.
Jeez.
She was 44 years old. And investigators believe he shot himself in the head hours after she died.
Jeez.
No one who knew her, including her children, recall a previous incident of physical abuse between them.
I don't believe that.
Hard to believe.
Yeah.
Hard to believe. Now, they wouldn't necessarily have seen it. You and I know a lot of stuff can happen behind closed doors. I don't know. Right? So her son started to put pieces together after her death. So he's looking at her text messages. Denise went to his home to return his dog to him. Aaron thought that was going to be her last contact with Romero. So he thinks she went there thinking this is like final closure. I'm going to give him his dog. Now, this is the part that's crazy. After her death, her son found a book on her nightstand with the title, Men Who Hate Women and the Women Who Love Them.
Dang.
The book had been sitting on Jane Ryan's desk when Denise asked if she could read it. When Jane found this out, she burst into tears. And she said, I never knew what happened with that book. The book became a part of Aaron's healing process. So her son ends up reading this book and realizing there's these signs of DV for years that were going on in his mother's life. He was living it with her. So he started a blog, and it's HTTP, right? The Men Who Hate Women, the Women Who Love Them.blogspot.com. He started a blog, and he responds to every chapter of the book and puts the DV hotline number at the bottom.
Wow. That's awesome.
So how proud. How proud she must be of him and would be of him, right?
Yeah.
So 2 days after Denise died, her 18-year-old daughter graduated from high school. And then her son is 24 now. They started a run walk for her. And I think that still is going on. And
Do you know what it's called?
It's the Denise Fransua's 5K run walk. And it benefits the Women's Crisis and Family Outreach Center. And
how do you spell her last name?
Fransua.
Okay, continue. I'm just looking.
And there were a couple of interesting things that happened. So the home fell into foreclosure because you have a kid, two kids and a single mom, right? Like they couldn't support the household. They tried to repo her car, and there was enough outrage that Toyota like wrote off the rest of the car and let them keep the car. Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Good on you, Toyota,
Yeah.
But I guess one of my questions for you is, how do you think it happens that someone who knows this much, excellent PO, really understood all of these dynamics, strong, had her own income, single mama, how do you think somebody with all that information, number one, got into this situation, but then number two, was lured into that false sense of security that she's seen in so many cases she's probably read?
Yeah. Well, it's hard because there were vulnerabilities to her, right? Like already single mom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad that that is the case a lot of times,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's tempting to be in a relationship with someone when they love bomb you and they're super helpful at first,
Mm.
so
They are especially vulnerable. I think you're right about
Mhm.
that.
So there's a vulnerability to her, and I think it's easy to also like try to see past some of it because if like we work with POs, and I'm not saying any of the POs I know would date someone who maybe demonstrated these behaviors, but you never know.
I think anybody could. That's the thing that's so scary. Like, I don't think anyone's immune. You and I
Well, and
laugh
once
and
you're
we're like, we could never. But I
but
do
once you're in
think
it, like you
once
don't
you're
know.
in it,
It's like that's what I'm saying. And let me rephrase that because I feel like if she would have saw the red flags up front, she wouldn't have.
no,
But you
yeah,
never see the red flags up front,
no,
right? And so but then you also add in the helper part of POs, the helper part of therapists,
oh yeah,
and um the perfect storm of vulnerability too.
mm.
And it's hard to get out of.
We'll be right back.
If you work with court-ordered clients, you already know the system can be overwhelming. Documentation, coordination, compliance tracking, billing, on top of actually doing the therapy. That's why we want to tell you about Reliatrax, a one-stop platform built specifically for therapists working in the court-ordered space and voluntary treatment. Reliatrax helps you stay connected with probation and referral sources so everyone's on the same page and your clients get the best care possible without the endless emails, calls, and paperwork. And here's the exciting part. Reliatrax now offers Aura, their new AI assistant. Aura helps streamline documentation, keeps you organized, and supports your workflow so you can spend less time clicking boxes and more time doing clinical work. Reliatrax also supports insurance billing, including Medicaid, making it easier to serve both court-ordered and voluntary clients all in one system. No juggling platforms and no workarounds. And the other amazing thing is you have an actual team of people who can support you, not some automated system. If you're looking for a smarter, more efficient way to manage compliance, communication, and care, Reliatrax was built for this. Check out Reliatrax and see how it can support you, your clients, and the systems you work in without burning you out. You can go to www.reliatrax.com to get started. Well, and this was something I was thinking about, and I want your take on it. I was really thinking about this case, and I was thinking about how we get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we enable, because it's part of the reason you and I work together is you've got to have two sets of eyeballs at least. And we have a team of like 7 who are all amazing, right? But like, you have to have different people on these cases because
Mm-hmm.
offenders can be so sophisticated in their manipulation,
Mm-hmm.
and we get comfortable with them.
Yeah.
We can get too comfortable too, not comfortable in an inappropriate way, just comfortable in
Yeah.
it's hard to imagine them
Yeah.
on a day like that. And the truth is, it's really not. We have police reports that describe their behavior in detail.
Mm-hmm.
And, we've had a couple run-ins in the past few weeks that reinforce that. So
Yeah.
I think anybody could be vulnerable to this. I do. And I think it also makes me feel tender because we really care so much about the probation officers that we work with, and they care. They really do care. Like, these are not people who sit there on their, high horse and treat
Mm-hmm.
people poorly. They actually care a lot, and they're creative partners of ours in problem solving.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do think that might leave you a little bit vulnerable at times, just like we are, to thinking
Yeah.
that maybe things could get better that probably won't,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's super immune to that,
Mm-mm. No, you're right.
So I just think it's very cool that the state has created an award in her honor for
Mm-hmm.
people in the field who work really hard to prevent this stuff.
Yeah. I don't think that race is still going on, which is a bummer.
That is a bummer. That's a
So,
bummer. But I think it's a legacy that she would have wanted is
yeah.
prevention. And it's something you and I are so passionate about. And I will
Mm-hmm.
tell you another thing. The book, first of all, when the people in our lives start paying attention to things, it's so helpful to pay attention to what they're paying attention to.
Mm-hmm.
But one of my mom's friends read the book and passed it on to a friend and
Mm-hmm.
then had to get another book because I think one of my goals in writing Psychopaths in the Wild was prevention, that you could hand it to someone who was in one of those kind of relationships. And so the story kind of touched me because I think that would be my hope is that somebody would pass my book or books I've read. I've read a million great books, right?
Right.
That those things would get passed around because we can give advice all day and tell our friends things, but sometimes we just need to sit quietly in our bed and read it. And it was on her nightstand.
Well, and I mean, this guy was a classic TV guy.
Yeah.
Classic. I'm reading a little.
What are you finding?
Super charming to everybody else
Mm-hmm.
and
Especially in the beginning. Yeah.
critical and angry in private in their
Mhm.
home.
Oh, yeah. Which is what the son said.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And that's pretty classic,
Mm. Yeah. It's so
Mm.
sad. That's so sad. Well, and I remember when I first started going to the conferences, right? We weren't speaking. I wasn't speaking. We weren't speaking.
Mm-mm.
Uh, I was going with my previous employment, but I remember I mean, they mention her every year.
They mention her every year,
Mm.
and people cry every year. I mean, this was a beloved member of the community. And when you think about it, probation officers and treatment providers and victim advocates, every day we wake up and do really hard work to
Mhm.
prevent terrible things from happening.
Literally.
So it makes her story, I think, just extra tragic, but also really powerful. That she
Hmm.
was trying to keep us safe from people with sex offending behaviors
Yeah.
every day. Like, this is someone keeping the
Yeah.
community safe, and then she was a victim of violence herself,
Yeah. Do you think, I'm curious, so I feel like this is kind of a stupid question, but before, I feel like it's been more recent, like the DVOMB and SOMB, like they all merged. When I first started in this field, they weren't merged. They were
Yep.
separate.
Yeah.
Now it's all merged. I wonder because this happened before everything merged together.
Hmm.
Do you think that maybe because she worked in SO at that time, maybe she missed some of the red flags?
Um, no,
Okay.
I don't. Well,
I didn't think so either, but
no.
you know.
The reason I say that is because the training for the SOMB side is so intense.
Mm-hmm.
And the staff merged in 2016, like you said, because there is an uncomfortable overlap. That does not mean that people who commit domestic violence offenses are pedophiles. What it means is
Right, right.
the behavior of being manipulative, having coercive control. There's a lot of overlap.
Oh,
And
100%.
then also, we know that a really high percentage of domestic violence offenders do sexually coerce, pressure, assault their
Mhm.
partners in particular, right? So
Mhm.
bringing it together made sense. And I used to fight that more. I'll be really honest that in the beginning, I was like, this, I don't like this. I don't think they're the same. They don't feel the same. They don't whatever.
Mhm.
And that has been the attitude of a lot of people that I've worked with.
Mhm.
But then the more research I actually did and the more that I spent time around learning, the
Mhm.
more I realized there is a significant, they're different, but there is a significant overlap. And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I think that she knew probably sooner than some people,
yeah,
but extricating is still really hard.
yeah. No, for sure.
And the thing that's wild, we have a friend who went through this, and I've known her a lot longer than you, but we're both her friend. I've never seen someone so smart and independent and strong feel like it's safer to be quiet ever. This is someone who's never been quiet. This is my buddy,
Mhm.
really gosh, quirky and fun and smart and opinionated and everything else, and it just like fell out of her. It
Mhm.
was removed from her
Mhm.
because it was safer to not ruffle feathers.
But it's funny, like seeing her now
Oh, you see her come back to herself.
versus right when all this was happening. Because I met her right before
Mm-hmm.
her whole story happened.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm like, yeah, two different people.
Two different people. No,
Hmm.
and I'm seeing her come back to herself out from underneath this thing.
Hmm.
That's the heartbreaking story of Denise is she was getting away.
Hmm.
And so what I really wanted to tell our listeners in this case in particular is when Nat and I tell you the most dangerous time is when you're leaving, but still leave, just leave with a really good plan with really smart people who help you. It's true. The most
Hmm.
dangerous time is when you leave. You should still leave if you can in the right way.
Hmm.
And you never go back. You cannot go back. You cannot go back, not for 1 minute, not even in a public place. You're done. When you're done, you're done, you're done, you're done. You know?
Hmm.
And when I was safety planning with my friend, we had this conversation a lot
Hmm.
because you really think after all this time that you could go have an innocent exchange. And some people can, but
Right.
some people can't. And the risk is just there.
Right.
And I think in this particular case, it had been long enough. She felt stronger. He hadn't been, as far as we know, he hadn't been harassing her or anything. I think she thought she could bring his dog back and it would be like closure or finished.
Hmm.
And if you're struggling out there in one of these relationships, please listen to Natalie's closure episode. Number one, it's hilarious. Number two, it really drives home the point that you don't need to have closure with a person to have closure
Hmm.
with them. You don't need to have it with them, like in the same place, in a conversation. You don't need it.
Mm-mm.
Mic drop, stay gone.
Yep. You just need to know that you're good.
Yeah.
You're a good human. You don't need them. You don't need their
Nope.
validation.
Nope. You don't need to make them
You
feel
don't
better.
you don't need to explain your side. They don't care.
Nope. They don't need to understand you.
No. No.
Nope.
You
Nope.
just need to understand you. That's it.
And I think that Denise would want us, did and would want us in the spirit of keeping people safe to drive
Mhm.
that home that you just don't do the last meetup.
Mm-mm.
Just don't do it. You don't need to do it. Don't
Never.
ever do it.
Never.
Nope. There's a
Never.
million ways to deliver a dog. Police can deliver the dog.
You
You
do
can
not need
pay
to
a
be the
courier.
person.
You tuck some treats in there.
Yep.
Hey, you're going home to your daddy. Go with the
Yep.
mailman. Like
Yep.
we're done. Whatever you got to do.
Yep. You do not
But
need to
you
be the
you don't
person.
have to do that last meetup. You
No,
know.
and police, there's a lot of other ways to do things
Hmm.
to keep yourself safe, especially if you feel like you're in a situation where this could go super south.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, good
Mm,
case. I appreciate you sharing this one. I actually always wondered, like, what happened?
mm.
You know?
Well, I thought of it because we're going to conference again and we'll see them hand out this award again and people cry again and I will tear up again. And, And they should talk about it every year. They should talk about her every year.
Mm-hmm.
And we should continue to focus on the things to learn. And that I believe with my whole self, not even knowing her, that that's what she would have wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And her brave son had a blog devoted to this very thing, which I think is really cool. And I think she'd be really happy that that happened as well.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for listening. We will see you next week. We'll continue our Am I Dating A?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have a good case for you next week too. And we have some collabs coming up. They're coming and they're good.
My women's group was like, when are you gonna do the one from Netflix? The motherly
Maternal
instincts?
Instincts, it's
Maternal
coming.
instincts.
It's a collab. It is coming.
I told them.
We got to get our schedules together. That might be our conference episode. So it may be coming in a couple weeks.
Cool.
Thanks, guys. And we'll see you next week.
As always.
Bye, forensic friends. I'm Janine.
And I'm Nat.
And as always, thanks for listening and join us next week for more crime, psychology, and heart.